My name is Håvard Nordahl, and I'm a senior researcher at Sintef Ocean. And in the Seamless project, I'm the technical coordinator and work package leader for work package 7, demonstration and validation campaign. And today I will give some insights to the plans for the Seamless demonstration use case 1. First, a couple of words about Sintef. Sintef is a Norwegian non-profit research organization consisting of several institutes covering most areas of research. And we are more than 2,000 employees from about 75 different countries, and we're one of Europe's largest independent research organizations. And I'm working for the Institute Sintef Ocean, which does research ranging from ocean biology to ship hydrodynamics, where my research group focuses on maritime transport, digitalization, and automation. Then the agenda for the presentation, as an introduction to the demonstration use case 1, I will talk a bit about the context in which we are demonstrating, namely the ESCO supply chain. Then I'll go through some information about the demonstration and the planned scenarios. And finally, I'll give some brief information about the demonstration event plans. So demonstration use case 1, or DUC1 as we call it, will demonstrate how seamless innovations can be applied in the ESCO supply chain. ESCO is the largest grocery wholesaler in Norway and ensures efficient distribution to their customers. With 700 trucks on the roads every day, they are one of the largest transport companies in Norway. They are also on a mission to move to zero emission within 2026 and being climate neutral by producing renewable energy for their operations by 2030. ESCO consists of 24 companies, a mother company, several regional companies for distribution, a company for the transport and logistics, and more recently, ESCO Renewable and ESCO Maritime. While ESCO Renewable is responsible for projects that creates the renewable energy used in their supply chain, ESCO Maritime was launched in relation to changing the ESCO logistics. The goal is to reduce road traffic and move the cargo that is possible to move by water by their own zero-emission vessels. So the first project undertaken by ESCO Maritime, who are also a partner in Seamless, was to improve the logistics and environmental footprint for the transport between their distribution centers on the east and west side of the Oslofjord. As seen to the left, the road alternatives are one route through Oslo city center, the capital and the largest city of Norway, and one road through the Oslofjord tunnel. Both options have their drawbacks with frequent disruptions, high traffic intensity, and emissions. While the road through Oslo is heavily congested, the route through the Oslofjord tunnel suffers from frequent shutdowns due to maintenance and accidents, as well as challenges related to the steep incline and decline during exiting and entering the underwater tunnel. So therefore, ESCO launched a new solution where battery electric trucks haul trailers between the warehouses and the ports of Moss and Horten, and electric ferries that transports the trailers across the fjord. And the route is seen to the right here. So this new logistics solution is already in operation. ESCO Maritime now owns 2 battery electric ferries that are currently crossing the Oslofjord. They are also working on a possible zero-emission ferry going into Oslo, as well as feasibility studies for other areas in Norway. ASCO are also in commercial cooperation with Kongsberg Maritime and Masterly to make the ferries autonomous and uncrewed. So this makes ASCO the perfect match for the Seamless project, as they have a full-scale transport system where we can test some of our innovations. So the location of demonstration use case 1 has therefore been set to the Oslofjord, and the main focus will be the battery electric ferries, ASCO, Marit and Therese, and the logistics systems, making the cargo flow between warehouses by electric trucks and ferries. The vessels used in the demonstration will be the ASCO, Marit and Therese, as seen here, and then a third vessel, which is yet to be announced. These vessels already have the Kongsberg Maritime autonomous technology on board. However, these technologies are being further developed as part of the project. The ASCO vessels are equipped with bridges and are currently operated with crew on board. This crew will most likely remain on board during the demonstration. There is an ongoing approval process for uncrewed operations, with the chief engineer being moved to shore targeted for this summer, but it is still unknown if we will be able to do some tests without any crew on board as part of the Seamless project. But the main goal of the demonstration is to show that the ship, the control center, and logistics technologies work. So it's not going to prevent us from our goals, though it would of course be a nice achievement if we manage to take this a step further. The control center for the demonstration will be the Masterly Control Center in Horten. It is equipped with the Kongsberg Maritime technology and will be crewed by Masterly operators. We are investigating if we can, for some part of the demonstration, include a switch of control to the Kongsberg Maritime Control Center in Turku, Finland, but this is still uncertain. The control center technologies are also being further developed within the Seamless project. As part of this, Kongsberg are also studying how operational modes can be realized, such as low attention and high attention operational modes. There are some existing automation systems that are already in place and will be included in the demonstration. So these are not developments from the project, but these are the Cavotec auto-mooring and the ABB automatic charging. So these are in place and in operation. The involved partners in the demonstration use case 1 are NTUA, who will do the demonstration evaluations, Bergen, or the Port of Bergen, who will host a post-demo event focusing on how the concept could be applied to connect their new terminal to the city center. Sintef, who are task leaders and coordinates the planning and preparations. Valencia Port Foundation, who will demonstrate their logistics tool ModalNet. ASCO, who provides the vessels, terminals and cargo for the demonstration. Kongsberg Maritime, who will demonstrate their remote operating center and their autonomous vessel technology. And MacGregor, who will demonstrate their autonomous crane and their voyage container optimization platform. We have planned for 3 scenarios that will be demonstrated. Firstly, a logistics-focused scenario that includes the voyage container optimization platform and ModalNet for booking transport, planning stowage, and planning loading sequences, tracking transport events, and dealing with any changes or disturbances such as no-show trailers. Furthermore, the Kongsberg Maritime Vessel Technologies and Control Center will be included, though in this scenario we will not do any specific navigational scenarios such as collision avoidance. The objective is to demonstrate seamless door-to-door transport, booking, event tracking and reporting, automated planning and replanning for no-show containers. So the trailers will be transported from one ASKO warehouse on one side of the Oslofjord to another on the other side of the Oslofjord. So the first thing that happens is that a booking is made in ModalNet, which sends the booking to the voyage container optimization platform for stowage planning and verification that the booking can be accepted to a given voyage. Then trucks are booked for moving the trailers between warehouses and ports. And then the operation starts when the electric trucks pick up trailers at the ASKO warehouse and drive them to the port. Meanwhile, ModalNet tracks and logs events such as trailer picked up at the warehouse, the trailer is on the way to the port, or the trailer is delivered at the port, and so on. At the port, the stowage is initiated by the control center operator through the Voyage Container Optimization Platform user interface. The VCOP has already communicated the loading plans to the terminal, and on startup sends a digital initiate command to the terminal operating system. The execution of the loading is then coordinated by the Voyage Container Optimization Platform, and once loading is completed, the control center operator will have a status message on the VCOP user interface indicating that loading is completed. When the departure time arrives, the control center operator initiates the voyage by the press of a button, and this will disengage the charging and mooring and start up the auto-docking controller, which navigates out of berth and into the fairway, where the auto-transit controller takes over. Then, arriving on the other side to the Port of Horten, everything then happens in the reverse order. So, auto-docking, then mooring, connecting charging, offloading, hauling trailers, and parking them at the destination warehouse. So an important aspect of this scenario is to show that the seamless systems can interface and interact with the existing systems. The second scenario is simulation-based and dedicated to demonstrating autonomous cargo operations executed by the MacGregor Voyage Container Optimization Platform in combination with the autonomous crane. Both of which are developed within the Seamless project. The scenario will also include planning and execution of transfer of containers between a container liner and a simulated container version of the ASKO vessel. The third scenario is where we will demonstrate autonomous fleet operation of 3 vessels in full scale. The goal is that one control center team consisting of a chief engineer and a navigator, can operate 3 vessels at the same time. And the involved technologies will then be the Kongsberg Maritime Control Center technologies and the autonomous vessel technologies. The scenario includes normal operations in low and high operator attention to show how this would work. And then we will include some operations during critical situations, such as interaction with other vessels, and possibly some situations leading to a handover of control of one or more vessels to another control center team. And normal operations here, that includes combinations where the 3 vessels are in different phases, such as idle, undocking, transit, and docking. So, all of this will be presented during the demonstration event, which will be in the Horten area in Norway on the 3rd or 4th of June 2026. The event will be a full day event, approximately between 9 in the morning and 4. The first part will be held in an auditorium near Horten, which can accommodate more than 150 people. And this will include some keynotes, an introduction to the project, presentations of the technologies that are involved in the demonstration, and then a video of the demonstration scenarios. After this first part, the audience will be transported to Horten, where we will form groups that can rotate between stations. Each station will give the opportunity for a closer inspection of each involved technology, talking to the partners, asking questions, and so on. And this, of course, includes visits to the control center and the ASCO vessels. Yeah, we are still in the planning stages, but more information will follow, so make sure to follow us on our social media accounts. And that concludes my presentation. Are there any questions?
Yes, we have time for one or two questions. I think this presentation was very interesting and can raise some.
Looks like there's a raised hand.
Yes, Odrune.
Yes, thank you. I raised my hand for before this presentation, and this presentation gave me the answer I was going to ask. So thank you very much, Håvard. I'm also from Norway, and I know your project very well. I also are part of the IMO regulation system with the mass ship and alternative fuel new technology. But I have one question when I have the floor here. All the company you mentioned here. What about the Norwegian authority? You have contact cooperation with them? Thank you.
You mean in relation to approval or?
Yes, the approval for the area, trade area, and also the system, as we know from another ship in Norway who are operated by rocks. So I just wonder if you have contact with the Norwegian authority. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your question. So there's kind of two parts. One is the commercial part, which is going on between Kongsberg, Masterly, ASCO. That involves authorities and DNV. So that's the approval process that I mentioned. And then there's the research part, which we are doing in the context of Seamless, where we are also in contact with the same, let's say, stakeholders to see how the research we are doing for simplifying the approval process could perhaps help in this process. So yeah, there's both contact through some Sintef researchers and through our partners Kongsberg and ASCO.
I see Vasilis has a say here.
Yeah, just a small thing. We have also included the NMA to the project advisory board as well, so they will be also part of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, thank you.